I'm Ulf Nor. I'm from Norway, but I live in London. So I've done a crossing of Greenland from west to east, and then also Svalbard, south to north. Hopefully quite similar. At least no surprises. But you know, it's a bit more high intensity this one compared to those other trips. So,
Morning, I'm Chris Hewitt. I'm one of the medics with Global Expedition Medics. I think the most important thing for the runners in order for them to stay healthy and safe is that old adage of prevention's better than cure. There are going to be times that I know as an ultra athlete myself that you just want to things start going wrong, you get cold, or in this environment getting hot, which is just as dangerous. And you just can't be bothered to sort yourself out. You just want to push on through your dark place and get to your objective. So like the key thing for the participants in this race is just to pay attention to everything they're doing, and as soon as something starts going wrong, nip it in the bud so that they can have a safe and healthy race.
My name is Rianne Dasselaar. I'm from Jokkmokk, Sweden. I've done ski races, but then it was cross-country skiing, so this is really my first race with two skis and a big pulka, because I ski a lot with my dog, and then we take the skis and the pulka and the tent and everything like we do now, and then we're off skiing for a few weeks in the mountains, so I really like to be there, and yeah, I feel really great to be there, just being out in the mountains and in nature and moving and then doing my stuff.
Yeah, now I'm ready. Don't wait.
I am. I'm as ready as I can be.
We're getting there, yeah. It's a bit icy today, so a few challenges at the beginning, but that's why we're here.
Hello and welcome to the spine coverage. It is day one of the Montane Arctic Spine Races. They are off well, they're on the course. All of the runners have departed from Abisko this morning, 9 AM local time, 8 AM UK time, and they've headed off up into the mountains. And what is one of the most remote sections of the course almost immediately? What a baptism by fire.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're talking about one of the most remote areas of Europe. We are basically not going to see these runners again until they get to the Explorer finish line, which is 66 miles along the course. Now, we've got a couple of mobile teams up there keeping an eye on them, obviously, but this isn't like the spine race at home where we can dip in and speak to these runners all the time. They really are out on their own, relying on their wits in this environment.
Yeah, and talking about the environment, well, tell us a little bit about the conditions they're going to be facing up there, because it's a little bit unexpected, to be honest, with the Arctic Spine. We weren't expecting it to be like this, so what are they facing?
Yeah, it was more Arctic in Edale back in January, frankly. What we've got at the moment is quite warm daytime temperatures. We are barely at zero at the moment. I probably don't need these mitts, but that's causing new problems. What that does is thaw out the top layer of snow and then refreeze it again. It's created something hard for them to run on, so we're seeing a lot of people stashing their skis in their pulk this time around and relying on ice spikes, relying on snowshoes instead. The trouble is going to be if they start sweating, because that's the last thing they need. Once that sweat starts soaking into their lower layers, starts soaking into their down layers, those layers aren't going to keep them warm anymore. So they've really got to stay contained, stay sensible, make good decisions. That's going to be essential here. So that's the trail conditions. What can we expect from the weather? Can we get a forecast, Cap?
Yes, I don't have a screen behind me to demonstrate. However, we are expecting the wind to pick up a fair whack this weekend, and of course with that it brings a whole host of challenges. Visibility being number one.
Yeah.
And yeah, spin drift and wind chill. It's going to drop the temperatures down dramatically, or the air temperature anyway is going to feel a hell of a lot colder, especially as they get high up onto those tops. And as we dip into next week, you know, the weather's going to drop even more, and that's going to bring a whole host of issues. The refreezing ice on top of the snow, and it's going to be strange snow conditions. They're going to be post-holing, there's going to be a crust on the top, and it's going to be really, really slippery and slidey, especially as they're descending down from the mountains with their pulks pushing behind them. Bear in mind, there's an awful lot of weight in those pulks, and they want to push you. So the whole dynamics of skiing and moving with a pulk on your back changes massively, especially in on frozen snow. It slides like a sledge.
Yeah.
And that's not very easy to manage when it's full of weight and you're knackered and you're moving down a really steep hill.
Well,
so
just ask returning runner Rob Brooks, who took 45 minutes to dig himself out from underneath his own pulk when it tried to overtake him last year. It is no joke coming down those hills, and they'll be coming down fast on this hard, crusty snow we've got at the moment.
Good evening. So for us, snuggling in our warm huts here at Tjaktja, day one of the race is drawing to a close. But of course, for our safety teams, for the medics out there roving on the snowmobiles, and for the runners, it's a long night ahead. It's dropped to about -5 down here at ground level, so we're looking at -10 at least up there at height on the trail. Factor in wind chill, and we're talking significantly lower than that. The first 4 runners are beyond Hut 1 now, among them Bjorn Horgum. Now, Cam, he's obviously not sat here next to me on camera. He's had to dash down to Stora Sjöfallet, CP1, in time to meet him there tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed, we'll be putting a medal around the neck of a winner there. Hopefully, tomorrow, I'll be putting the medals around the necks of some winners here as well. This is the finish line of the Explorer. For the runners in the full monster Arctic Spine Race, of course, there is a long, long way to go. It's going to be a long night. Keep watching those dots. Wish them luck. We'll be back tomorrow.